Welcome to CultureAlley Spanish. Hola, this is Español Lesson 13. Let's revise the possessive adjectives we learned in the last lesson. My translates to me. Your informal becomes tú. His, her, or your formal or their is su. Our is translated as nuestro. Your informal and plural translates to vuestro. Very good. Let's also revise the family relations we saw in the last lesson. Father translates to papá or padre. Mother becomes mamá or madre. Parents is translated to padres. Brother is hermano. Sister translates to hermana. Siblings becomes hermanos. Moving on, son is hijo, and daughter is translated as hija. Good. Let's look at some more. Grandfather becomes abuelo, while grandmother translates to abuela, and grandparents becomes abuelos. Moving on, uncle is tío, and aunt translates to tía. And lastly, male cousin is primo, and female cousin becomes prima. Great! I have translates to yo tengo. Remember, it is not yo tieno, as a regular verb might have been. It is yo tengo. Good. Now, we have becomes nosotros tenemos. Informally, for singular context, you have becomes tú tienes. One more time. Tú tienes. And its plural form is vosotros tenéis. Formally, you have and he or she has is translated as usted tiene or él or ella tiene. The plural forms you have or they have translate to ustedes tienen or ellos or ellas tienen. Very good. And here is the vocabulary for the names of pets again. Pets translates to mascotas. Cat is gato or gata. Try these, please. Gato or gata. Dog becomes perro or perra. Fish translates to pez. Can you try that? Pez. Parrot is translated as loro, and bird is pájaro. Say that yourself, please. Pájaro. Great. So let's see what our lesson objectives are today. Today, we will learn the second form of the to be verb, the verb estar, and then use it for conversations around making small talk with people. So let's get started with the forms of estar. Let's look at the to be verb estar. Do you remember that ser is used for permanent situations? For example, what something is, while estar is usually used for temporary situations. For example, what something does temporarily. Let's take an example. An example of ser will be soy de América, which means I am from America, a permanent situation. An example of estar will be estoy en la oficina, which means I am at the office, a temporary situation. Note that both soy and estoy are forms of ser and estar respectively when used with yo or I. So let's now look at all the forms of estar with various pronouns. I am translates to yo estoy. Try that, please. Yo estoy. We are becomes nosotros estamos. Did you get that? Nosotros estamos. Informally, for singular context, you are becomes tú estás. Can you try that? Tú estás. And informally, its plural form, or you all are, becomes vosotros estáis. Say that, please. Vosotros estáis. Good. Moving on, he is or she is, or formally you are, translate as él or ella está, or usted está. Can you try the translation for he is? It is él está. Great. Similarly, try she is. She is becomes ella está. Good. Now looking at their plural forms, they are or formally you all are become ellos or ellas están, or ustedes están. So try the translation for you all are in a formal context. It is ustedes están. Very good. Let's look at some examples for the use of estar. Let's start with I am at the office. I am at the office translates to yo estoy en la oficina. Remember that with yo or I, estar takes up the form of estoy. So try saying I am at the office in Spanish. We will say yo estoy en la oficina. Very good. All right, now let's look at she is in the class. She is becomes ella está. Hence, she is in the class becomes ella está en la clase. Remember that with ella or she, estar changes to está. So try saying she is in the class in Spanish. It translates to ella está en la clase. Great. Since we said la oficina and la clase, we know that office and class take up feminine forms in Spanish. Hence, we use the feminine form of the or la. Good. Let's move on to more examples. Let's try to translate they are at the hospital. They are at the hospital becomes ellos or ellas están en el hospital. With ellos or ellas, which mean they, estar changes its form to están. So try translating they are at the hospital again. We will say ellos or ellas están en el hospital. Very good. Remember that the translates to el when used with masculine nouns, while it translates to la when used with feminine nouns. Hence, office or oficina and class or clase take up feminine forms, while hospital takes up masculine form. All right, let's look at a very common phrase we use in day-to-day conversations. Where are you? Where are you becomes ¿Dónde estás tú? With to or informal and singular form of you, estar changes to estás. So how will you say, where are you? We will say, ¿Dónde estás tú? Perfect. In all the examples we saw, we used estar as they all referred to temporary situations, like being at a place. All right, it's quiz time. How will you say he is at the church? Where church is iglesia, and it takes up feminine gender. Will you say él está en la iglesia? Or él estás en la iglesia? Or will you say él está en el iglesia? He is at the church translates to él está en la iglesia. Let's revise the forms of estar. I am translates to yo estoy. Try that, please. Yo estoy. We are becomes nosotros estamos. Did you get that? Nosotros estamos. Informally, for singular context, you are becomes tú estás. Can you try that? Tú estás. And informally, its plural form, or you all are, becomes vosotros estáis. Say that, please. Vosotros estáis. Good. Moving on, he is or she is, or formally you are, translate as él or ella está, or usted está. Can you try the translation for he is? It is él está. Great. Similarly, try she is. She is becomes ella está. All right, let's now try making some small talk. Let's look at a conversation between Mark and Lisa. Mark goes to a new coffee shop. Lisa is one of the workers there. Mark says, "Hello, how are you?" Lisa replies, "I am fine." Mark asks, "Can I smoke?" Lisa answers by saying, "Yes." Mark further asks, "Where is the toilet?" Here's some new vocabulary for this conversation. How translates to como. Say that, please. Como. Fine becomes bien. One more time. Bien. Smoke translates to fumar. Can you try that? Fumar. And toilet becomes baño. Did you get that? Baño. Very good. Let's see how we will ask, "How are you?" in an informal context. Informally, "How are you?" translates to ¿Cómo estás? Remember, with do or informal form of you, estar becomes estás. You are is estás. Hence, "How are you?" is ¿Cómo estás? We used estar and not said in the last sentence, which was "How are you?" or ¿Cómo estás?, as "how are you" refers to a temporary situation, meaning "how are you right now?" Good. Let's now learn how we would ask the same question to someone in a formal situation. Formally, "How are you?" translates to ¿Cómo está usted? With usted, or formal form of you, estar changes to está. So try translating "How are you?" formally. It is ¿Cómo está usted? Let's learn how to respond to "How are you?" Typically, we will say "I am fine." I am fine becomes yo estoy bien. Remember, with yo or I, we change estar to estoy. So how will you say "I am fine"? You will say yo estoy bien. Perfect. Again, "I am fine" or yo estoy bien also refers to a temporary situation, meaning "I am fine right now." Let's revise the conversation we learned. Informally, "How are you?" becomes ¿Cómo estás? Formally, "How are you?" translates to ¿Cómo está usted? The reply, "I am fine," is "Estoy bien." Very good. Moving on, let's look at how we will ask, "Can I smoke?" "Can I smoke?" becomes ¿Puedo fumar? Remember, can is poder, but I can is puedo, as it undergoes a spelling change. So try saying, "Can I smoke?" It is ¿Puedo fumar? Good. Did you notice that in the last sentence, the verb to smoke or fumar did not change its form? this is because we already conjugated or changed the form of the verb can or poder. Remember, I can became puedo. Therefore, I can smoke becomes puedo fumar. Hence, the question form can I smoke becomes puedo fumar. All right, let's look at our next phrase, where is the toilet? Where is the toilet becomes ¿Dónde está el baño? Since toilet is third person, estar changes to está. So how will you ask, where is the toilet? You will ask, ¿Dónde está el baño? Good. Since we said el baño, we know that toilet or baño takes up masculine form in Spanish. Let's revise the conversation we learned. Informally, how are you is ¿Cómo estás? Its reply, I am fine, becomes estoy bien. Can I smoke translates to ¿Puedo fumar? The reply, yes, becomes sí. Where is the toilet translates to ¿Dónde está el baño? All right, more quizzes. How will you ask, where is the bar? Where bar translates to bar in Spanish and takes up the masculine form. Will you ask, ¿Dónde estás el bar? Or, ¿Dónde está la bar? Or, ¿Dónde está el bar? Where is the bar translates to ¿Dónde está el bar? Did you get that right? Now try the translation for how are you in an informal context. Will you say ¿Cómo es? Or ¿Cómo eres? Or ¿Cómo estás? Think. Informally, how are you is translated to ¿Cómo estás? How did you do there? Now try asking, how are you in a formal setting? Will you ask, ¿Cómo estás? Or, ¿Cómo eres usted? Or, ¿Cómo está usted? Is it the first or the second? Maybe it's the third. Formally, how are you becomes ¿Cómo está usted? Very good. Another common question which we can ask while making small talk is asking someone's birthday. So here's some new vocabulary. When translates to ¿Cuándo? Try that, please. ¿Cuándo? And birthday becomes cumpleaños. Birthday or cumpleaños is loosely derived from cumple, which means to meet or comply, and años, which means years, loosely meaning to comply with being another year old. So try saying cumpleaños. It is cumpleaños. Very good. So our sentence, when is your birthday, becomes ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? Where your translates to tu. Can you try asking when is your birthday? You will ask ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? To respond to questions like when is your birthday, you would need to understand how to say dates in Spanish. We will cover this in future lessons. For now, let's revise what we saw today and then learn about tango dancing. Here's a quick revision before we move on to the world of tango. Informally, how are you is ¿Cómo estás? Its reply, I am fine, becomes estoy bien. Can I smoke translates to ¿Puedo fumar? The reply, yes, becomes sí. Where is the toilet translates to ¿Dónde está el baño? Great! All right, it's time for our CultureAlley for the day. Today, we learn about tango dance. Tango dance originated in Rio de la Plata, Argentina-Uruguay border, and spread to the rest of the world soon after. Tango was inscribed onto the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage Lists in October 2009. Here are some do's and don'ts for tango. Don't hang around the dance floor if you're not dancing. Don't stay in a high-traffic dance area if you are trying to show someone a new step. Also, don't stop in the outer lane while dancing. Those are the faster lanes on the dance floor and the slower lane in the middle. Don't talk too much while dancing. Do bring a towel if you sweat a lot. And do dress nicely. Don't wear jeans, sneakers, or other casual attire. In the next lesson, we will learn the usage of definite and indefinite articles in Spanish. We hope you enjoyed your lesson today. See you at the alley for the next one.